Today I'm going to open Mutton Busting by 25th Century Games, and I have not gotten to play it yet. Obviously it's still in the package. It says Mutton Bustin', experience the excitement and thrill of Mutton Bustin', a beloved rodeo event from the comfort of your table. So in the back here we see there's some rodeo situation going on. Riders are trying to get around the track as fast as they can. All of the sheep will simultaneously roll dice and perform crazy antics as they try to knock their rider off. Grab the dice and get ready for a wild ride as you compete in the Mutton Bustin' Championship. So it sounds like a live time, like a, what's the word that I'm looking for? You know what I'm trying to say. The live, and we'll find that word after. Real time, that's the word I was looking for. Found it, it's in there, real time. Dice rolling game, so that's super fun. It is for 2 to 4 players, ages 8 plus, 15 to 25 minutes. All right, got my trusty knife. And here we go. Just a little chop. Doesn't take much to get the plastic off. Gosh, it's tight. We've opened up the box. Inside first we have a rule book. It says, "Thanks for playing." It's not very long, so that's always nice. Mutton Bustin' Champion. This must be for somebody who wins, I would think. What do we got here? Oh my gosh, we've got little tokens, but I think this must be the first player token, and that is so freaking cute. We've got some dice. There's some fun sheep faces on there. We've got a deck of cards. That deck of cards has some sheep on the back. I love that. I love that a lot. And then, oh, fell off my bed. Wait for it. And I'm back. I got them. Here we go. And then we have a tracker, which I imagine is the point tracker. Let's see what kind of cards we have. And let's see, so they're all the same back, so I assume they're all from the same deck. We have vocal cards, which are these red cards. Oopsies. We have dexterity cards, which are these blue ones. And we have vocal and dexterity. So let's read a few of these so we know what they are and try to figure out what's kind of going on in the game. So we have vocal, complain about the weather. Give a compliment to another player. So it's kind of like party vibe, like vocal things that you have to do. We have dexterity things you have to do a drum roll on the table, and do jazz hands, aka spirit fingers. When we have a double, we have these yellow ones. Say a punchline to a joke, then ba-dum-ts, and hit an invisible drum set. So it's like a combination of the two. Flap your arms like wings and make a bird call sound. Ka-ka! So that actually makes me really curious about how the game is played, because it sounds like you're rolling dice in live time and doing fun things. So let me just see, what do we got to do here? Ooh, there's riders and sheep. When the rider is ready, they yell go, and all players immediately start rolling their dice at the same time, as fast as they can, without taking turns. So there seems to be one rider and then sheep. When you play as the rider, you need to move around the track on the ranch board to increase your score. You must roll a number equal to or higher than the next dice symbol shown on the track to move to the next space. If your roll is not high enough, you must keep rolling until you get a successful result. After you roll a high enough number and move your rider meeple forward, you have an immediate choice to make. You can yell stop to end your turn immediately and lock in your points, or you can you can just keep rolling. Once you have picked up your dice to continue, you must keep rolling until you get another successful roll and move to the next space before stopping. When you're not the rider, you play as a sheep working together to knock the rider off. At the same time as the rider is rolling to move, you roll your own sheep dice, trying to roll a sheep symbol. Once you roll a sheep symbol, you must perform the action on your personal sheep card, then on the shared face-up sheep cards in the center of the table. Once you have completed all of those actions, place the dice showing the sheep symbol into the middle of the ranch board. That dice is now locked away, which means the rider is getting closer to falling off. If the rider has not yet stopped, continue rolling as fast as you can until all of your dice are locked away. If all 6 sheep dice are locked away before the rider yells stop, the rider is knocked off the sheep and their turn ends. The rider's turn ends in one of 2 ways, so when they choose to yell stop or when they get knocked off. If they're knocked off, all players then pass their personal sheep card to the player on their left. The rider passes their meeple and dice to the player on their left, who becomes a new rider, and the next turn starts with the new rider when the new rider says go. When you do yell stop, by the way, the rider scores points equal to the highest value point star they have reached. The game ends once all players have had 2 turns as the rider. The player with the highest score is the winner. So this game sounds like it's full of crazy antics, just dice rolling and chucking and some screaming and some dexterity. So if you're into that kind of chaos, this sounds like a game you should try.